I wasn't expecting this. It looks like we've got a lovely, lovely patch, and 15 new achievements is certainly going to be very nice. I'm going to work towards getting all of them. Some of them sound on the easier side. I'm going to run with a Neo class relic. Yeah, I will be doing that. It's going to be a focus run for it, though, so it's not going to be anything too crazy, and probably on Spimenta. The reason why is I'll explain. I'll explain later, but it definitely sounds the nicest on Spimenta. Balance changes. Memorb, cool, has actually very real damage. Memorb having +1/+2 per level is actually very sick. If you're, like, let's say you're in the first 3 quarters of Area 1, and have the option to buy a level 2 Memorb, I would seriously consider it now. It's got good damage, it's got good scaling late game. You're kind of just pretty fine with it. Like, it's just actually pretty decent now, probably. I don't know. It's probably still pretty bad most of the time. You'd rather just find other orbs, but I think you can definitely consider it now. The last half full got a buff, finally. They've been doing a good job of buffing transparency in the last few patches. In particular, the Clear the Way went from 2 to 3, which I think was a really big deal. And now transparency is massively increased on glass half wall, so it's maximum 5 instead of 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 3, 5, which is actually really good upgrades when you've also got +1/+2. So glass half wall is actually definitely takeable, especially if you've already got debuff stuff to go along with it. Really happy to see this. In particular, if you already have status symbol, that's 10 transparency on one hit, by the way. 10 transparency is a very big number. That's something you should consider. Swoltorb damage actually deals damage now. Decent. It's a slow 1/1 climb. Yes, it's a slow 1/1 climb, so solid. But Swoltorb is decent, especially if you're shooting multiple of it. Well, mostly if you're shooting multiple of it. Reforbisher. Oh my god, they actually made it so Reforbisher is slightly more playable. Don't recall what it was before, but maybe it'll be useful now. 8 damage per hit compared to 4 damage per hit, so it's actually double the Swoltorb, but the Swoltorb also has decent damage. Look, I'll definitely consider it now. I may even actually run it. Alright, I am so happy to see this. Like, 94, right? Like, actually ridiculous. Has been slowed down with 1 brick slime and 1 plant being moved to each bad response instead of starting on wood. This is so good. This fight was actually just ridiculous. Like, oh my god. Yeah, I was complaining about it a bit. I think that it was just a fair bit stronger than the other fights in Area 2, and I think that it shouldn't really exist in that kind of realm. Like, I'm fine with it being an incredibly tough fight, but just, like, accept that Area 2 is just insanely, insanely tough then, which is not what I think it should be, but, you know, I'm really happy to see this. It's just toned down to be more like the other stuff. Alright, Bolivian. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's a good fix. Tender Cactus now probably shows the extra damage. Cool. Sorry, 0 damage on the Peglin when you have Tender Cactus. Does I think that doesn't change anything. Soft look with Necromancer and Viridian Trinket on Brick Pegs. Cool. I don't know what the soft look was, but that's nice. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's just a whole bunch of things that's like kind of nice, but not too crazy. We are. Wow. Honestly, a very, very short patch, but this is still a pretty big one. These balance changes are like really good, all of them, as well as like the extra achievements. That's gonna be nice. It's a nice thing to aim for. Let's hop into a run. Cool. We'll just do the classic Peglin Cruci 7. So I've heard it was nice. Peglin, we can just find a lot more changes than any other class. So it looks like we got 3 achievements. One of them is to bring an egg to a Peglin chef. That's cool. We'd like to see that. I did get that very recently after all. I think there's also a lot of the other achievements that I would have got, but it's only counting recently or so. Collect your first monster trading card. I indeed have my first monster trading card. I'd say there's about 4 or 5 that I don't have. So, yeah, I think I have my first one. And Skull Orb, which is to fully fill out a bestiary slot, which I also certainly have for most of the enemies in the game. Cool. There's a lot that I'm missing, and a lot of them are definitely very easy. Well, I'm not going to struggle getting them, but a lot of them are actually going to be very tough. Either require dedicated runs, or you're going to need to focus on doing so because it's actually pretty hard. So some of the easier ones are like collect all the coins on the Theosaurus map, sorry, Queen Dragon, just in case you only speak my language as well. Convert or destroy 3 dull pegs while fighting Demon. That should also be pretty simple. Let's aim the refresh, I guess. Like that. Not quite, not quite. Who even needs a refresh, am I right? Me, apparently me. I do. Hello. Nice work, nice work. Nice work. Yeah, there are some easier ones as well. None of these orbs were changed, so I'm not considering any of them. looks like I'll be taking that path. That's a good way to kill myself, to be honest. That's a lot of elites. I like it. Yeah, but there's going to be some tough ones. So, oh, okay, sure. So I'm not going to complain. That's neat. So new Swoltorb, it deals decent damage. Realistically, we shouldn't be picking up Swoltorb at this point, but if I get offered a Swoltorb, I'll take it. How about that? I guess I'm taking it. Let's check out the newly buffed Swoltorb. Honestly, it's pretty good to be free. Yeah, so in particular, one that I think is actually going to be really quite hard is die while defeating the Mines boss. That one should be on the tougher side. You can definitely set it up easily with like Sack, and entering the boss fight on just an amount of health. Shouldn't be too hard, but it is one you're probably going to have to try for. And most of the time, if Sack's killing you, it's probably killing you before that point. I guess it also depends on your max health. There are some spicy ones, like take the deal for Infernal Wing. I guess maybe I shouldn't explain all of them. Leave some of them as a surprise. So I'll just read out one more, which I thought was very funny, which is you take the Vampire's deal and halve your max HP in the Infernal Ingot event, but you don't actually take the Infernal Ingot, which is pretty funny. That's definitely something you can actually do. There's a lot of times where I will turn down the Infernal Ingot because I already have good healing, but most of the time that's also just because I don't want to take the max HP decrease, and that is something that you do need to take for that event. Oh yeah, then there are some other fun ones. I don't yeah. It'll be fun to get them as I go along. Some of them, eventually, I will just be doing focused runs for, because they kind of need focused runs. There's a Rainbow Slime right there. If only there was a specific achievement for him. Yeah, I kind of got screwed for this refresh, and I was thinking about other things, so I didn't really play that well into actually trying to hit the refresh. Especially when apparently that shot was just active to me the entire time. But it looks like I have not taken too much health loss just yet. Bomb? No bomb. Yeah, but cool. So, a lot of new achievements, and very importantly, some really big balance changes that I really like, honestly. I really like a lot of them. Bye-bye. I have to work my way through you, and this refresh is yet again in a just completely abysmal spot. I'm really disappointed with this map. It has failed me quite hard. I'm also not getting a crit this shot, so I'm just going to not shoot the dagger, because if I do hit the crit, it's going to kill anyway. That much I can guarantee you. I think that was a bad first hit, but it's fine. Ugh. Whatever. Let's just finish this fight up, please, and thank you. This was way more miserable than it needs to be, that's for sure. Way more miserable. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm just going to upgrade the Swoltorb because the upgrades are definitely not that valuable that you should be, like, trying to force them. But still very useful. Admittedly, we probably just take the reuse and move along. It's not that good. It's not that bad. It's like mildly decent synergy with that Swoltorb. Technically I could and probably should be trying to store up cash for the store a bit more. But I did kind of just want to get the Swoltorb level 2 at least before the next elite fight. Obviously level 3 is a pretty big deal as well, but I think I can read it out. Let's hit some bombs now. Luckily I've got them set up for that. I just kind of liked the idea of what Persist is going to be achieving for us, so I wanted to take it. Collateral damage. We are not going to be chasing that achievement, it seems. Alright, Minotaur, we are not dealing with Cruci 12, so we can actually do some stuff. Also, this first shot, actually really nice. There's some valuable upgrades to have, and this second shot is going to be much less important, but still just decent peg hits. They're very nice to be hitting. And as long as I'm not hitting the refresh anytime soon, looks like I can just claim all of these bombs, which is really nice. Looks like I got an absolutely insane shot. If this also gets a refresh, like this was just a ridiculous shot, but no, it did not. That's what this shot's for. Oh, okay, nice. He's just dead then. Because +3 is actually just a pretty big amount, as it turns out. You can just kind of shred through his health. Look, I want to be stacked up for the store, but you can't turn down a doctor. Another torn sash early on and just ignore it? That sounds funny. It does. So I'll take it? Yeah, sure, let's just take it. Let's just keep taking torn sashes and just never use them. As I said before, it's the best passive you never want to use. A good slime. Look, we want to do pick upgrading, and Bombaiton is definitely the correct pick there, but I don't care. I forgot we could actually get coins in battles. That's cool. Lucky penny. Hero's backpack so that we can just Giga stack Swoltorbs. As tempting as that sounds, I'll just stick with the crit game plan. No Swoltorbs there. Just take these and move along. Realistically, there is like zero reason why I should have turned down the refresh, sorry, the removal there. And, you know, refresher was definitely a whole lot less. Alright, surely. I'm investing 12 gold yet again. Somehow I've got exactly 12 gold left over yet again. Surely I get the payout. Alright, Doctor is no longer a required immediate upgrade. That's neat. Also, because I have Persist, it's actually pretty easy for me to just line up getting a heal shot in against Mole with a pops, like popping the sash and then getting a heal shot off on Mole. It actually is pretty easy to line up. I'm kind of tempted to try that. Does mean we do need to lose some more health though, so we're doing a good job of that this fight. Very good job. I'm very impressed with myself for this. Good job. Boom boom boom. Yeah, that works. That works, I guess. Bonk. Yes. I want to have fun. Having fun means picking up Orb Beam because Orb Beam is a very, very fun orb. Sure, like I said, I do kind of just want to go after the. Oh my god, if I get your crystals or refresh, Jesus, that would be good. There's a lot of if you crit, gain stuff passives, which is kind of why I'm leaning this massive crit direction, even though it's like really not that necessary for an upgrade, pick upgrading comp. But yeah, I am doing a very good job of taking a lot of damage here, aren't I? Very impressive, really. Honestly, how impressed are we talking? Eh, surely not. I'll just hit this refresh, probably also start hitting some bombs. 1, 2, 3. Oh. That's neat. Not too much, please. There we go. Alrighty. Lovely, right? Absolutely what we were after. Now let's start healing up. Admittedly, not the best timing. Not the best timing at all. Ah, but it's all fine. Let's just hit a crit, eh? Oh, too easy. Never a doubt. Can only be used once per battle, so let's just get both uses out of it. Since now that we've shot it once, we have to shoot it a second time. Still, very powerful start. We're entering the boss fight on effectively 40 health. That is a lot of health to be working with. We can get a lot done. Also just, yeah. Half as much rounded down is just so good. It's so good, man. It's kind of the reason why I love the passive so much. Like, the fact that it's rounded down instead of rounded up is just crazy, crazy good for you. There's just a very big difference between the two, especially for Area 2. A lot of the time they're trying to do odd numbers to you, and 5 and 3 going down to 1 and 2 respectively is... it's a big change. Very bad discard there. That was a misplay. I was thinking about how cool it would be to shoot my Swoltorb after this, and I kind of tried to immediately shoot the Swoltorb, which is not what I wanted to do. Very lovely damage there, huh? Realistically, I should just be shooting the Orb Beam, but I don't really care. Whee! Bye-bye. Goodbye. And now we're just kind of unkillable. We have a Doctor in our deck, which is soon going to be able to get shot more than once per battle. We have a Letharist for later. A Wand of Skulltwin roll. Seal Conviction. Trinket. Honestly, that's a lot of pickable stuff here. I'd say... oh, double damage is applied immediately, so it's actually pretty useless. Refreshing is, like, actually pretty bad. Seal Conviction is not the most handy because I have Persist. But it is like pretty cool with Orbsium, so I kind of just want to take it, but also Viridian Trinket. But also, let's just take Seal Conviction. I don't get to play with it often, and it's really, really boring if you don't have enough removes or an ambidextrary. But we'll find some, right? I just tried to press the discard button. Yeah, I think I'm already regretting my choices. Yeah, we're just going left. Yes, indeed. I kind of want to be going to a store quite a bit, so that's that. I mean, look, they're dealing no damage, and if I reload, it's pretty cool. I think I'm trying to convince myself here, I'm going to be honest. Just you wait, I have really good damage now. Soon I'll get to my Dog Dog while full heal, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, having access to no discards with a Dog Dog in your deck, though, is probably not what I would recommend. You want to be able to shoot your Dog Dog when you want to be able to shoot your Dog Dog. That's the thing. Swoltorb? Because more Swoltorbs equals better deck. Yes. Exactly. I was tempted to take the Adventurous Backpack. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep pressing that discard button and it's gonna keep not working, that's what's gonna happen. Surely it doesn't upgrade the... Oh my god, it does! That's actually really cool. I did not know that. Upgrading shield pegs when it hits them is actually really cool because it's really easy to get off multi-hits on shield pegs. Really easy. And like storing the damage for later, it's pretty cool. Nice shot there, because then we get to follow it through with like this. Which hit some bombs, nice. Whee! Instant 137 damage, nice. That's cool. That's cool. Full heal. Yeah, this Dog Dog was definitely a good pickup. I mean, surprise, surprise, you know, Dog Dog being a good pickup. Who would have known that healing was a good idea? But, yeah, it's definitely very nice to just have access to that kind of healing. Because it's also just a very decent amount of healing. Nice. That's one of the things I love about Summoning Circles so much. You can do like split shots where, like, let's say you aim with this peg, the first shot is going to have wildly different momentum to the second peg. And I know that was a bad shot. I definitely could have gotten a kill there. But like, it's just so cool to be able to do that. That is not Sabatu and a Rubble. Both very tempting offers. Let's hit that crit. I don't need it, but I kind of wanted it. Very sad. Realistically, though, I should have just been excavating towards these bombs. This fight is just a whole lot simpler when you're just going to hit your bombs. And there are options, but most of the time, it means that you're just trying to get in here. Get in here, pop a whole bunch of stuff, and leave, because that's probably the fight over. That being said, this is not exactly a particularly tough fight. You're usually not going to struggle too much with it. Sometimes you can. But like at the minimum, you're probably not taking like more than like 20 damage. If you are taking 20 damage, wow, you got unlucky. Refresh, because this guy doesn't have a shield. I would recommend equipping a shield. It's quite annoying to deal with. Unfortunately, I didn't really want to kill him before I got up to 200 gold. But getting to 200 gold was also pretty hard, so I wasn't expecting it as such. Yes, well, there's definitely one thing we're taking there, that's for sure. And then we're also taking... money. Money? Money. There we go. There is your money. One heal is just very good because it's effectively 2 heal. Which sounds a bit silly because it is. But we have double health, so yeah. Except it's more than double health, yes. In every scenario it's more than double health. This is the kind of fight where you would really, really love to have a Bombaton by now. If only we'd seen a Bombaton, and if only it was a good option to actually pick up the Bombaton when we saw it, right? But unfortunately for us, you know, we just haven't seen a Bombaton this run, and it definitely wasn't the best option to pick up a Bombaton when we saw it, because we didn't see it, you know. The logic ain't logicking. Oh, I did not hit a bomb. Unfortunate. Hitting bombs is valuable, especially for maps like these. Especially when I can actually aim. I should probably slow things down. That's part of the issue. The other part of the issue is that I just can't seem to do it. That should bounce onto the other bomber. I find it funny how I'm just like struggling to pull off some of the simplest shots ever, but I actually did try and set up that shot there, and I actually did pull it off, and it was actually a pretty sick shot. uh, nice. Yes, let's just excavate towards that bomb, because they're both on 50 health, and it's definitely going to... My bad. I was going to say it's definitely going to be the thing that kills them, but it actually was the thing that killed them. Alright. There's like responsible upgrades I could be doing, and there's also like fun upgrades I could be doing. So just to be clear, I'm doing the old team upgrades next, because it's not as if we have like a Docker winner deck that we want to be upgrading. Man, I need more moves ASAP. Well, it's lucky we've got 2 more question marks we're going to be going to, right? Oh, so close yet so far. I was kind of hoping to snipe this first guy before sniping the chandelier, which is a very, very bad play. But no, it's just a bad play all around. There's just no reason why I should have done that. Good to know. 250 damage? It could. Oh, so close. Oh well. It's not like I'm losing permanent health at all. I'm just not. That's like mildly formulating an argument for why it was worth it, but there's just no argument for why it was worth it. It was just a bad idea. Let's make sure to go right there. I'll make sure to open up the right path. It should be decently easy. We have some pretty good stuff for like actually making sure we can do that. Not the best though. Yeah, so I'm trying to get this shot off. Yeah, there are some maps where peg upgrading is actually just awesome. And this is definitely one of them. Alright, more Swoltorbs means that our deck is getting better. That's how it works. Thank you for the cash, because we do not have navigation inflation. We have the other greed stuff. Oh, okay. Let's just full heal. Don't mind if I do, after all. What boss are we fighting? Crossbow. There is not a crossbow achievement that I'm interested in. Our next shot is going to be pretty fun, though. Actually, it's going to be really fun. Look at this shot. So I'm going to aim down like here, except I'm going to bounce over into here, which means I'm going to hit at least 3 bombs, which means I'm going to wipe out all of the enemies. That was really, really silly of me. Good job. I just completely blinded. I forgot to navigate here. Good news is this shot is very simple. Thank God it was very simple. Oh my lord. I'd be very disappointed in myself if I really messed that up. Decoy orb, yes, because decoy orb is amazing because we're reloading all the time, you know? That's why it's amazing. Because we reload. Yep. Punch is very cool. It definitely sets me up for a leaf. If I would have taken leaf as my first boss passive, which, frankly, I probably should have picked. It would have been insane, but I didn't. I'm pretty sure they hit... No, the mage only hits for 1, I believe. I think they're 3 and 4, respectively. Yep, they're 3 and 4, respectively. Oh, of course, on later cruces that's going to increase, but for now, that's what it is. And Jesus, I love orbs. Oh, nice targeting. The funny thing is, I think I'm actually pretty happy with that targeting. Usually I do love taking out these guys, but here's the thing. Taking out that shield was actually just pretty important. It is going to be a while before I get to this guy, though, that's for sure. First, we've got to get through the shield, which we didn't do, so now we have to hit a bomb if we actually want to get through the shield in one... And manage to actually make progress on the dude, which we didn't. Okay, cool. It's just going to take a bit, then. Meanwhile, the refresh is hiding. I probably shouldn't actually kill this guy. I'll kill him now. I just tried to shoot straight at the refresh there. It failed. But the good news is we have this shot. I'm actually just going to take this shot. I know that it's like not the best, but I'm actually just kind of required to hit this refresh here. And at least one of them gets to remain on the top rung for a while. Even if not as long as you'd like. It's fine, we're not actually losing health for these next few shots. Because a Doctor Orb. Oh, that's a lot of healing. We need a passive that does overhealing already. Now the thing is, overhealing, especially in this game, is not actually that easy of an effect to get, so you could put some very fun stuff on it. The issue with it is the fact that it's definitely just a win more kind of thing. Which is not ideal. That's another Swoltorb. More Swoltorbs equals better, yes. Let us take more Swoltorbs. Spiffy, crit. Knuckles, Auger, Peglin, crit. Auger. Auger. Yes, Auger's pretty cool. Auger is still just a very, very decent passive. It has not been nerfed. Though he is electrical. Literally, in the description of my last video, I was just complaining about how I've still never gone there. Alright, you find down and stabbed in the glow with a spaced out look. Ponsing. Their expression, as is their comment there. Changes to surprise with perhaps just a hint of disappointment. Ah, my friend, it's good to see you again. I was able to get quite the return on your investment. Ah, I love this. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, everything is perfect with the world. Ah. Oh, nice. And then we even get to sack all of our health because I want these Swoltorbs upgraded. And I kind of want one more. There we go. Perfect. What's that each time? Maybe not perfect. Let's try and get this dog real fast because perfect. Nice. Cool. That's a lot more upgrades in our deck, and Jesus Christ, our deck is way too big. What have we done? Why is our deck this big? This is such a bad idea. Yeah. We've definitely been doing a very good job of trolling. I like it. Alright, we're at full health. Our healing from now on is pretty minimal. Our AoE is even worse, but our upgrading is pretty cool, so we should definitely just be kind of one-shotting each shot is what I'm hoping for, but that does also require on us hitting our very, very limited refreshers. Good news is, this shot is nowhere near as cool as I was hoping. Absolutely nowhere near as cool. How about this one? It's mildly cooler, but really not by as much as I was hoping. So we don't have AoE. But we happen to have the best PS passive in the game, so that's nice. And yes, I'm rating Olga above the boss passive. You are correct. Yeah, as I thought, our scaling is just exceptionally good, and the Olga is a really, really juicy pickup. It achieves a lot. Cool. We got a lot of upgrades there. Unfortunately, most of them were garbage. A lot of Pebble upgrades, a Dagger upgrade, and just not enough Swoltorb upgrades, because Swoltorb is definitely interesting. It's just really bad. Meteorite, unpretentious, I know. Jesus, these are just... I really wish I could get my first options again, because there is one boss passive in those first options that I would really like to be picking. It would be really good. And the boss passive option that I picked was pretty troll, I'm going to be honest. Just not a good idea. Alright, without a doubt, I'm going to be heading to this store. I desperately require removals. Alright, cool. So we did finally receive our payout. Unfortunately, it was for a pretty ridiculous sum of cash. Just literally no cash actually involved. Which is unfortunate, but, you know. At least we got it. Because I'd literally just never seen it before. Never even seen what the event looks like. Wait. How much damage do they do? They only do 1 damage? What? Sorry, do they have varying damage? Oh no, he got Miss Circle. They actually do have 1 damage, Jesus. Oh, also, we are just about to get slapped very soon. Here's what I would say if we didn't have an Orbsium that was just about to completely reverse that, right? We will believe in Orbsium. Ow. Honestly, he's slapping me pretty hard each time. Ow. Is that literally 8 health each time? That's a lot. It's a big number. This should be a fun shot. Oh, my targeting is very, very bad. Very, very bad indeed. Not ideal. Really just not a good fight on our end, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of aiming for the refresh there. Ow. It's just... I'm not happy with like anything we can do here. Let's just try this. It did not hit the refresh. It's unfortunate. We really need better refreshing capabilities. Yeah, not happy with it. I figured we would be able to find something by now, but it seems like we just haven't been able to, and it seems our health just got completely drained. Really lucky we have the sash, eh? Really lucky, because we would have lost a lot of health otherwise. Plus 51 cash, that is really nice to see. Free removal is exactly what we want. We kind of can't take that. And we get more cash if we go this way. Let's just stack up on cash. Can I say I'm greedy? Oh, that's a boss fight we can definitely take. When I say definitely take, I mean this, really. We can definitely take it with this. Cool, I'm skipping this. Alright, good stuff, that's over. Let's see what passive we can get. Short stack's not bad. Betsy's Hedge also is not bad, actually. They're both pretty good. I think that I'm kind of fighting squares. I checked which boss I was fighting. It's squares. Alien's Rock's pretty good against squares. I do think that both Betsy's Hedge and the other one have very good arguments for why I should take them. But I'll do that for now. I do plan on going to another store, and I did kind of just spend a lot of cash, I'm aware, but it'll be fine. I have a decent chunk of greed. I'm just kind of fine with collecting up that cash again. Oh, I was really hoping for a super bounce back, but it did not happen. Good news is, Augur is just really nice. It's just a really good passive for us to have hit, and I almost turned it down, to be honest. Luckily, I actually thought about it, you know. Definitely a good thing to do. Because it's a passive that can just do completely insane things for you, that's for sure. Let's try like this. I want to see what the split on it is. Unfortunately, nowhere near what I was hoping for. That is way more like I was hoping for. Thank you. Very, very awesome, thank you. Oh, I missed the second crit. Damn. An extra level of Pierce never hurt no one? Well, never hurt no one that was me. Oh. Let's just hit this refresh, eh? Because the second we hit the refresh, we get to finish off enemies, and that's not something we otherwise get to do with our healing orb. We got a crit. Nice, and I was going to say this next shot's going to be amazing, but hold on, it's the next shot. Yeah, there we go. Except it wasn't even that amazing. Jesus. Okay. Sure. It's dead. We can move on. Lucky us. Let's take an elite fight. I'm definitely very fine to just take any elite on right now. This is definitely one of the worst case scenarios though. I'm talking about the instant doctor rather than the getting ghost. Getting ghost with instant doctor is definitely one of the not ideal things to happen. But I would rather it wouldn't, for sure. But we should pretty quickly be able to actually make a map and then actually use the map pretty effectively because we can upgrade these big pegs in the corners and they're pretty cool to be upgrading. Good damage. More good damage? More good damage? Yes? No, yes. Because I do a shot like that and it somehow just works out perfectly. There we go. The new Reforbisher. What are we thinking? I think it's just really bad here, but I might actually consider it hostile. Like, it's probably decent elsewhere, but here, just not really. Let's see what we get. Quick book. Oh, here's the thing. The new Smug mod is actually pretty cool against squares. We don't have an enhanced yet, so it's actually much less cool. But we have a short fuse, and as long as you have one of them, I'd say it's pretty decent. Like, no enhanced, yes, yes. Alright, I definitely don't need to buy all of this stuff, that's for sure. So get rid of you, and I'm buying you. Definitely don't need stuff for this thing, that's for sure. The rest are of medium use, but we'll just take what we get. Oh, we have Peglin. Nice. Did not realize that. Just a splash of almost every single Area 3 boss. I don't think it's possible, really, for me to get a boss here. It is, but not by that much. And if we did, that'd be nice, because we could actually get all 4 of them. We just need to turn night now. Do stuff? Mildly did stuff. Pretty cool. Oh, the refresh is moving each time, so you actually can just aim towards it each time. Wait, we have illusion gen? Ah, coin game, I see. Missed that part. I mean, it's certainly a passive to have. Don't think it's exactly going to do that much, but it's neat. I'm pretty sure... No, he just missed us, I guess. To be fair, we have a very good amount of damage mitigation. We literally have all sources of damage mitigation in this deck, don't we? Sorry, all sources. Technically, we're missing shielding, and we're missing intentional oboe. But we have blind, we have illusion, we have alleviation, and we have torn sash. Like that's a lot of them. It's definitely not all of them, but it's a lot. Sure, just do nothing? Absolutely nothing of what I wanted you to do? Okay. I, I guess. Awfully rude though. 6-5, let's not hit a crit. That's not possible. We will be hitting a crit, but apparently we won't. Ooh. Why is it a 6-5? Oh, we've just been scaling that way, sure. There we go. I'm still shocked that our refreshing capabilities are just so horrendous. It's just impressive, honestly. Still got a few upgrades I want to be doing on my deck. Branch of Ember to just get infinite bramble on the bosses that can definitely be brambled. That sounds nice. Look, our refreshing capabilities suck. Just absolutely atrocious. I don't know how, but that's just how it is. So let's try and improve it. This is a fun first shot. Damn it, that refresh was actually in a really good spot. Good news is, this one's at least still decent. That shot was pretty bad though. Good enough. Good enough indeed. Let's just chuck full upgrades. And if I get a duplicate entire deck option, it would be atrocious. A really bad option, but I will actually take it because it's funny. Minus 16 HP, I guess. Alrighty, so we definitely don't have the best setup into these guys, but I imagine we should just tear through them. I don't know what we were doing this run, to be honest. There's a whole lot of ideas here which just it's very silly. Persist with no discards, like, what's the plan there? All of this Swoltorb nonsense with very minimal multi-ball stuff is questionable as well. Like, Orbsing because of all the Swoltorbs kind of makes sense, but kind of not really, kind of thing. There's just a lot of funky stuff going on, but I don't care. I got my payout, like, blessed run. Absolutely blessed run. Oh wow, we're actually just chomping through them. I did make a little misplay here. It's not something you usually have to think about because the passive just isn't that good, but this is one of the times where you actually do enjoy the benefits you're getting from this one. Grabby Hand. It's actually pretty good here. But yeah, most of the time you're not going to have to actually think about that one. Not at all. We also have the Pierce to just keep slamming into them, which is nice. That was a bad shot, but looks like it worked. Alright, heal up, because we've lost a whole 18 health in our final boss fight. It's very scary, of course. We even killed with our Doc Dog, amazing. 37 blind. I love the inherit stuff. Wow, you hit me? The odds were against you for hitting me. It was 2 and 3 to miss. Alrighty, let's see how much this can do. Since this was kind of the main theme of our deck, and surely... Oh god, it's garbage. Yeah, no, 1500 damage against squares, like, that wasn't even 1500, oh my lord. Yeah, this was a atrocious run, that's for sure. But I do like the patch. A lot of cool stuff. Definitely not on the bigger end of patches. We've had a lot of bigger patches recently, and I've really appreciated that. But having these small patches every now and then is also just definitely very nice. Like, not much was added, but the stuff that was added is actually just really nice. A lot of the bug fixes I didn't really encounter that much, but it's always good to see more bug fixes, right? You want to know that things are being fixed, that's for sure. But the achievements are sick, and the orb changes are definitely nice. Like, Swoltorb having damage upgrades it's decent. You can actually just consistently do damage with it, and it's not just oh yeah, the first 4 turns you're shooting your first 4 turns oh my lord, I need some water apparently. For the first 4 turns, if you decide to shoot any Swoltorbs, they just can't deal damage. But now that's not exactly the case. 6 damage on a crit is actually pretty real, and generally if you're doing Swoltorb, you should be doing multiple. I was not doing a good job of that doing that this run, but you really should be. And when you do that, it can actually deal some really good damage, especially at 6 base damage. Like Rubble's 8, Rubble can just deal infinite amounts of damage, but it also kind of actually allows it to do damage as well. Yeah, a very wacky deck. I was picking up all the Swoltorbs, but I didn't pick up the Adventurer's Backpack. The Lucky Penny didn't actually pay out. I didn't find the crit high roll that I was looking for apart from Olga, which was admittedly extremely nice. But not exactly the kind of thing I was hoping for. My refreshing capabilities were garbage. I did not pick the right Bellsplaster first. Here's the thing. I don't take Seal Conviction much. I take the others more. Not that much, but a lot more. I really should have just taken the 10 extra refreshes. It just has such good high roll. Did I already have a cookie? No, I didn't already have a cookie. But I was very close to getting a cookie. um, it's like really good high roll, and I'm playing Peglin Tuition 7. Like, the chance that I find something good for it is really high. I really should have just taken it. Yeah, that Dog was definitely required though. We got pretty lucky in that mall fight. I kind of thought we might just die there.